Welcome to all my dear students. Today we are going to see and will try to draw very interesting Clark's diagram which is used to determine steady state stability limit for stability studies. This diagram is very useful from our university exam point of view, which is always asked for 14 marks. Either they ask for construction of the diagram or there will be the numerical based on this diagram, right? So let us start our joyful journey towards Clark's diagram. Be with me while drawing it. Be ready with your compass, scale, eraser, pencil and of course with your graph paper. So are you ready with all these material? Okay, let us start. Consider the following diagram of two synchronous machines connected through external reactance Xe. The construction known as the Clark's diagram will be discussed for this diagram. The figure for this Clark's diagram, it is as shown here, right? So we are going to follow the procedure step by step to construct this Clark's diagram. The first step is lay off segments Ix1, Ixc and Ix2 along a straight line, making them proportional to the given values of x1, xc and x2 respectively to any convenient scale. So first step, take any scale to draw this AB, BD and TE. Draw a straight line. Have you drawn? So this AB stands for Ix1 drop, BD for IXE drop and DE for IX2 drop, right? Let us see the second step. The second step, it is with the drop Ix1 plus X2 which is equal to Ix as a diameter, construct a semicircle. And any point O lying on this semicircle meets the requirement that E1 leads to E2 by 90 degree. And this is true. This fact arises from the theorem of geometry that any angle inscribed in a semicircle is a right angle. What we do here now, taking this as a diameter. So this will be the center. So with this center, mark a semicircle or draw a semicircle with your chalk. Okay, and if I select any point O and joining this with OA and OE, what we find that it makes an 90 degree angle. Correct? Okay. Then third step. Construct a portion of the locus of constant ratio V1 by V2. Right? The easiest way to construct it probably is to locate several points on it by intersection of arcs struck with centers at the heads of vectors V1 and V2 and radii in the specified ratio of V1 by V2. Okay, so what we do here, now we have to locate this point O on semicircle by constructing these arcs. Various arcs we are going to construct. Okay, for that what we do, we select the ratio. Can you observe here this V1 and V2? We select this V1 and V2 ratio as a constant and we take it in our compass as a radii. Okay, so what we do, with B as a center, take any distance in your compass, mark this arc. Okay, then any distance in your compass with E as a center, mark another arc. Okay, so continuing with such type of construction and drawing these arcs, we have drawn here, can you see here, arc 1, arc 2 and arc 3. Okay, now draw these three arcs. Then join the center of these arcs. This is shown by dotted line. This is shown by dotted line. Join this. What you observe, after joining these three centers of the arcs, you get the point O which is intersecting on your semicircle. This point O is very important. Okay, so have you drawn this? Have you completed this procedure? Further, we move further. Right? Okay, then join these points OA, OB, then OD and OE. So what we get here now, measure, that is the step number 4. The intersection of this locus with the semicircle is point O that we have seen just now. Then the scale, select the scale of the diagram set by the specified values of V1 and V2. It will be more clear when we take the problem based on this. Okay, then the scale having been found, then we can calculate the power. The power can be calculated by two ways. What are the two ways? Measure the lengths of vectors E1 and E2. Okay, it is shown here as measure these vectors E1 and by the formula E1 E2 by x1 plus xc plus x2 we can find out the power. Another way, drop a perpendicular bisector from O to this line AE, vertical line AE, and this perpendicular bisector I call this as what? OC. Call this as EM. Measure the EM, that is OC perpendicular from O to IX. Also measure the diameter of the circle and divide it by the total reactance X to get I. So that the another method to calculate the power will be EM, the product of EM and I. Okay, so in this manner we can calculate the power for the given system, right? So this is all for today. In the upcoming session we are going to try the problem based on Clark's diagram. Okay, thank you.